Okay, so as I said, our target is I can identify the value of US coins. Can you identify any of these coins? Unmute your mic if you'd like to share. Can you identify any of these coins? Raise your hand and unmute your mic if you'd like to share. What is this coin? Go ahead. Let me see who's that with their hand raised. Go ahead, Gabby. What's this coin? Say it again, Gabby. Unmute your mic. Go ahead, Gabby.
It's a penny.
Very good. It's a penny. Good job. What about this coin? What about this coin?
Wait, no.
Go ahead, Jesse.
The small one?
Yeah, this one.
A dime.
A dime. Let's see. Correct. Yay, Jesse and Gabby. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Go ahead, Tyler. What about this one? If you answer the question and you're finished, you can mute your mic. You can return your mic to mute. Okay? Go ahead, Tyler. What's this coin?
It's a 25.
No, but good try. Aria, you can help him out. Go ahead, Aria. Aria?
It's a nickel.
Very good. It's a nickel. And we're going to talk about the values of these in a little while, okay? What about this one? Josh?
It's a quarter.
It's a quarter. Good. And then we have this one. What's the value of this big one? Raise your hand if you'd like to share. Mikay?
$1.
No, but good try. Anyone else wants to give it a go? Hey, Noah. Anyone else wants to give it a go?
Okay, all right. I have connect. Okay, so I can take off the break then.
Jesse, go ahead. It's a 50 cent. Very good. Now, we don't see these too often, but they actually exist, okay? So it's a 50 cents, but we don't see these ones too often. Now, I have a question for you. What's the value of... So the 50 cent coin is also called a $50, okay? What's the value of a penny? Put up fingers to show me. What's the value of a penny? 1 cent. Very good. What's the value of a dime? Good. What's the value of a nickel? Good. What's the value of a quarter?
$25.
Good. Which we're showing with our hands, Tyler. Okay. And what's the value of a $50? Show with your hands. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay. So here's another question I have for you. Which coins could you use to make 55 cents? Which of these coins would you use to make 55 cents? This is just a question to get you thinking about what we're going to be talking about a bit later in this lesson. So think carefully. which of these coins you would use to make 55 cents? Is there only one way that you can make 55 cents? If your answer is no, if your answer is there's only one way, do a thumbs up. If your answer is there's more than one way, put a thumbs down. Is there more than one way to make 55 cents from these coins, or is there only one way? Okay, there's one way. Okay, who wants to share what their way would be? Okay, I'm gonna begin with Amelia. Go ahead, Amelia, and tell me how you would go about making 55 cents using these coins.
I would make a 55 cent using a $50 and also using a nickel.
Good job, and very good, Amelia. Let's give her a silent clap. Let's give Amelia a silent clap. What other combinations could we use? What other combinations could we use? Raise your hand if you want to share a different combination. Josh, go ahead. Josh?
I didn't raise my hand and I don't know.
Okay, go ahead, Aria. Go ahead, Aria. One minute, I'm unmuting your mic. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Aria.
Okay, so I think the other way is you would put 5 dimes and a nickel.
Very good. Let's give Aria a silent clap, guys. Who else may have a combination they want to share? Tyler, go ahead. Unmute your mic. Aria, you can mute yours.
You can use the $50 and the nickel. You can use the dime and the penny.
Okay, Tyler, just give us one example, and someone already gave the $50 and a nickel. So go ahead, give us a different combination. Someone gave us a $50 and a nickel. Aria gave us 5 dimes and a nickel.
You can use a dime and a penny a lot of times.
A penny, how many times?
You can use a dime and a penny like 50.
So which one are you using? How many dimes will you use and how many pennies?
You could use 5 dimes and 5 pennies.
Very good, Tyler. Very good. Give him a silent clap, guys, and mute your mic, Tyler. Good job. Okay, we're gonna move on from this slide into a next one. Now, these are the values of the coins as you guys just indicated, right? A penny is equal to 1 cent. You guys know that. Now, studying US coins can be a bit tricky because sometimes they can look a bit different. Now, one thing that's usually the same is the face, right? The heads, like heads and tails. One thing that's usually the same is the heads, the face of the coin. So we know that the coins, what's on most of the coins at the front of them? What's on most of the coins at the front of them? Jesse, unmute your mic to answer. Unmute your mic, Jesse.
All presidents are on the front of the pennies.
Very good. Different presidents are at the front. Good. So in order to be able to identify the coins, because sometimes it could become tricky if you're just looking at them on a sheet of paper like you will for math, it's important to be able to identify the presidents that are on each of them, okay? So we're just gonna look at the presidents that are on each of the coins. Now, as I said, sometimes the back of the coins may vary, especially for the quarter, okay? Many times you may find a quarter with a different back. It would have the same front with the same president, but at the back sometimes has a different image, and then that can kind of trick us and make us think it's something else, okay? So let's have a look at the presidents. So the $50 features John F. Kennedy. Okay. The quarter features George Washington. The dime features Franklin Roosevelt. The nickel features Thomas Jefferson. And the penny features Abraham Lincoln. Okay, now I'm gonna share this in Seesaw as well so that you guys can look carefully at it and you have it to go back to anytime when you're working on your assignments to look at it in case you're confused, okay? It won't be as an assignment. I'll place it like in the announcements, okay? Yes, Mikay, you have a question, sweetie? Go ahead and unmute your mic, Mikay.
What about the dollar?
The dollar? Well, we don't have a dollar represented here on this, Mickey, but do you want to tell us a bit about who's on the dollar? You can tell us quickly.
Who's on the dollar?
I can't remember right now exactly which president is on the dollar, Mickey, but when we get to the dollar, I'll let you know for sure, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So let's just quickly have a look at counting some collections of coins, okay? So we have the first one done for us. We see there's a dime and 2 nickels and 1 penny, and that gives us 21 cents. What is the value of this second collection? Raise your hand if you'd like to share. What is the value of this second collection? Drew, go ahead and tell me. Drew, unmute your mic, Drew.
27.
27 what?
27
27
cents.
cents. Very good. So this one goes here. Good. What about the next one? What about the next one? You can mute your mic, Drew. What about the next one? How many coin? What's the value of these coins here? So we have a $quarter and we have 2 dimes. Aria, go ahead, sweetie, unmute your mic.
That one goes to 45.
45, very good. Wow, look at you guys. Let's have a look at the next one. You can mute your mic, Aria. Good, thank you. So we have here 2 dimes, well, 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 1 penny. Josh, you can do this one. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
41 cents.
41, good job. What about this one? We have a $quarter, we have a nickel, and we have a penny. Jesse, go ahead, sweetie. Unmute your mic.
31 cents.
Very good. Wow, you guys are gonna breeze right through this when you get this. You'll be doing this, I think, tomorrow, okay? But I just wanted to introduce you guys to it today, okay? Let's do the other 2 quickly. So we have this one, this collection, which is made up of 3 nickels and 2 pennies. 3 nickels and 2 pennies. Noah, do you want to give that one a try? We have 3 nickels and 2 pennies. Okay, 1 minute. My mouse is freezing up. Give me a second, guys. Okay, tell me again, please, Noah. Okay, let's count them together. Now, guys, here's a strategy you can use for when you're counting. Oops, what's this? Sorry. You guys can, is something in front of my screen, or are you guys being able to see it?
We're able to see it.
So nothing is blocking the coins for you?
No, Mom.
Okay, because something is, my computer is stuck and something is blocking it a bit for me. Okay, let's count together. We can use, something you can use when you're counting money is your skip counting strategy, right? Like counting in 5s, counting in 10s, or just counting in 1s, right? So you can use a strategy of skip counting. So let's all together, you can keep your mics muted. So let's go ahead and skip count beginning with 5s because these are all nickels. Let's count together. 5, 10, 15, and then we have pennies. So this would be 16 and 17. Okay, good job. Let's look at these two. So these are 2 quarters. This is a dime and this is 1 penny. Who can tell me what the answer for this one would be? What would the answer for this one be? What's the amount? Karis, go ahead and unmute your mic and let me know. Go ahead, Karis. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Karis. Okay, guys, we have to move on. So this one will be 61 cents, okay? Because 25 plus 25, we know is 50, and 50 plus 10 is 60, and 60 plus 1 would give us 61, okay? So let's move on. I'm gonna clear this. Do you have any questions about the math that we covered this morning? Any questions? Okay, good. So let's look at our language. Let's have a look at our language arts for this week. So let's start with some wordplay. Now, from the story you've been reading, there was some words that you can come up with, whether from the story or from your own thinking. What are some words that you would describe some of the schools you read about? What are some words you can use to describe some of the schools you read about? Go ahead, Joshua, unmute your mic.
Some schools are big and some schools are small.
Very good. You can mute your mic. Anyone else? We read about all these schools from these different cultures. What are some words? Remember, when I say school, I don't necessarily mean the school. It can be the school building, like Josh just said, it's big and small, but it doesn't have to be about the building. It can be about anything about the school experience that you read about, okay? Gabby, go ahead and unmute your mic.
They use different transportations to go to school.
So how would you describe the so you have to give me words, don't describe it how it's different. Just give me a word or 2 words that would describe it.
Cars or train or a boat.
Okay, those are the types of transportation. So how about are all of the schools close to where the students live?
No.
Okay, so some are close, some are far, right? Those would be words to describe something about the school, right? Anyone else want to give it a go? Amelia, go ahead, unmute your mic.
Schools are built out of different materials.
Okay, so you're describing to me, but I just want descriptive words, like adjectives.
May not perish, but have eternal life. Okay. Like brick.
Okay, is brick an adjective? Is brick a describing word? Let's think about that. Think about that for me. Is brick a describing word? Are some of the schools old? Are some of them new? Do some of them have a friendly environment? Are some of them strict? Right? So these are some words we can use to describe them, right? Aria, go ahead. Unmute your mic, sweetie.
Some schools have a friendly environment and other schools don't.
Okay, good. Very good. Good. So we're going to move on. Thank you guys for sharing in that. Let's have a look at what we've been learning about quotation marks. Okay. Now it's showing that our meeting is going to be up in 10 minutes, but we will rejoin. Okay. Because I have to finish up language and I'll do a bit of science as well. Okay. So what do quotation marks show, first of all? What do quotation marks show? Why do we use them? What do they show? Josh, go ahead.
When a character is saying something in the story, they use quotation marks to around the words that they're saying.
Very good, Josh. Very good. So we see them around the words that characters are saying in stories, right? Now, if we're going to be writing the words that someone else said, we are supposed to use quotation marks as well. So if you were to say, my mom said, yesterday I did my work pretty well, right? What would the exact words that your mom said, which is, Josh did his work, I did my work pretty well. You would put those words in quotation marks because those are the exact words that she spoke, okay? So you use quotation marks to show the words that someone said, the exact words that they said, okay? So let's proofread these sentences. I want you to identify what's wrong in these sentences, okay? So have a look. So sentence number 1. Look carefully at the sentence, and then you can raise your hand to identify for me something that is wrong. Go ahead, Jessie. Unmute your mic.
So after said, it should be a comma, and
Very
then
good.
and after the comma there should be the 2 quotation marks,
The quotation marks, good.
and then the W and V should be uppercase,
Very good. Anything else?
and at the end of artist there should be the full stop.
Full stop. Should the full stop come before or after the quotation marks?
Before.
Before.
And also team is spelled wrong.
Very good. How do we spell team instead?
Team.
Excellent. Good job. Let's look at a different sentence. You can mute your mic, Jess. Okay, how do I clear? Okay, let's look at the next sentence. Daniela, you want to go ahead and answer this one? Daniela? Unmute your mic, Daniela. Go ahead, Daniela.
On the other sentence, we should be uppercase. And each is spelled wrong.
Okay, how do we spell each? Daniela? Okay, so she identified that each is spelled wrong. So each should be EACH instead.
E.
Good. Is all the other punctuation in this sentence correct? Will
Yeah.
you guys give me a thumbs up if you think all the rest of the punctuation is correct? Is all the rest of the punctuation correct? Have a look at the sentence. Good, correct. All the rest of the punctuation is correct. Let's look at this one. The bus driver said, "Stay in your seat." What needs to be edited in this sentence? Mikay, I'm not seeing you or hearing you. What needs to be edited in this sentence? Sanvi, go ahead, unmute your mic.
Besides said needs to be a comma, and after the comma needs to be a punctuation mark.
Okay, quotation mark. What else?
And at the end needs to be a quotation mark.
Very good. Anything else? Sanvi?
The S on stay needs to be uppercase.
Very good, guys. So always remember this when you're writing a sentence with direct speech, words that someone said, or when you're editing. Always remember that, always look out for a comma. Make sure a comma is next to either said or asked. If you want to say that someone asked, you put a comma, right? And then you put a open quotation marks. Make sure that the first word that a person spoke, that you begin it with an uppercase letter. And when you end the sentence, make sure you use another punctuation mark before you add the closing quotation marks. Okay? So my mouse is freezing again. I guess it's ready for class to be over, maybe. Okay. Sorry, guys, some technical difficulties. It's freezing. I'm trying to move on from this slide and it's not allowing me to. Okay, let's talk about the phonics scale we've been practicing these past 2 weeks. Say for me the sound that EE and EA makes. What sound does EE and EA make? Just say it together. What sound is E? Good. Good. I'm gonna go back and share my screen quickly. We still have like 2 minutes before we restart. Okay, let's look quickly at science. So this week for science, you're going to be identifying water habitats and their population. So today you're going to be doing this. You're going to read about what are the 2 kinds of water habitats. What kind of water habitat is an ocean? What kind of water habitat is a pond? You're also going to identify some types of plants and animal populations that live in oceans and ponds. So you're going to read these pages to find out about that. And then you're going to complete the workbook pages. Okay? Now, Friday, for our breakfast meeting, we're going to do a scavenger hunt. Okay? So get ready for that on Friday for our meeting. Okay? Good. So our time is about to be up, guys. And we're actually finished with the lesson, so we don't have to rejoin. Okay? Please stop making that noise. Noah, is that you? Okay, good. So our time is about to be up. This is what you're going to be having to do in your learning path today. So some of you may have already started. Those of you who meet with me at 11, I think that's group 2. You can go ahead and begin your math when you come out of this meeting with me so that we can review it together, okay? So that's it. Go to Seesaw, follow your learning path, and have a great day.
Miss Hobson,
Yes, Doc?
can I play you a song on my piano?
I can probably have you call me when we do our small group. When we meet with your small group, you can do that for me, okay? Because our meeting.
Meeting. I don't get it.
Okay. So Josh, we're gonna set up a time for you to do that. Okay. Okay, guys. Enjoy the day. See you. Love you. Take care.
Bye.
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 Noodles, my noodles. Bye.
Para press X.
Bye. Bye, Aria.
Bye.
Bye.